Clash of Clans is a game where players can build their own village, train their own troops, and battle other players online. The game is free to play, but there are optional in-game purchases that can be made. Clash of Clans is a popular game with millions of players worldwide. These are the top 6 facts about Clash of Clans. 6. It is one of the most popular mobile games. Clash of Clans is a mobile game that has taken the world by storm. With its simple yet addictive gameplay, it has managed to capture the hearts of millions of players around the globe. The game is all about building your own village, training your troops, and then raiding other players' villages to earn resources. What makes Clash of Clans so special is the fact that it is highly strategic. There is a lot of planning that goes into each raid, and players have to be very careful in order to succeed. This is what makes the game so addictive and fun. It is always a challenge, and there is always something new to learn. If you have not played Clash of Clans yet, I highly recommend it. It is a game that will keep you hooked for hours on end. 5. It has been downloaded over 500 million times. Clash of Clans is a popular game for many people around the world. It has been downloaded over 500 million times. The game is free to play, but there are in-game purchases that can be made. The game is set in a virtual world where players can build their own villages and fight against other players. Clash of Clans is a strategy game that requires players to think carefully about their moves. The game is also social, as players can chat with each other and form alliances. Clash of Clans is a popular game because it is fun and challenging. Players never get bored of the game because there is always something new to do. 4. It was released on August 2, 2012. Clash of Clans is a mobile strategy video game developed and published by Supercell. The game is set in a medieval-themed persistent world where players can build and maintain their own villages. Clash of Clans was released for iOS platforms on August 2, 2012. The game is free to play, with in-app purchases available for additional content. Clash of Clans is a mobile strategy game in which players build and maintain their own villages. The game is set in a medieval-themed persistent world where players can build and maintain their own villages. The game is free to play, with in-app purchases available for additional content. The objective of Clash of Clans is to build one's village into an impenetrable fortress, while attacking and raiding other players' villages in order to earn resources. Players can train their own troops to use in battle, and can also raid other players' villages in order to earn resources. The game features a single-player campaign mode, in which the player must defeat a series of increasingly difficult enemy villages, and a multiplayer mode, in which players can attack other players' villages. Clash of Clans is a strategic and tactical game in which players must plan and execute their attacks in order to be successful. The game requires players to think carefully about their troops and resource management in order to be successful. Clash of Clans is a fun and challenging game that is perfect for those who enjoy strategy games. 3. It is available for iOS and Android devices. TH8 War Base with Air Sweeper. Clash of Clans is an online multiplayer game in which players build a community, train troops, and attack other players in order to earn resources. The game is free to play, but offers in-app purchases for additional content. Clash of Clans was released for iOS in 2012 and for Android in 2013. The game is based on the freemium model, which means that it is free to download and play, but offers in-app purchases for additional content. Clash of Clans is a strategy game that requires players to build a base, train troops, and attack other players in order to earn resources. The game is free to play, but offers in-app purchases for additional content. Clash of Clans is a strategy game that requires players to build a base, train troops, and attack other players in order to earn resources. The game is free to play, but offers in-app purchases for additional content. 2. It is developed and published by Supercell. Is an online multiplayer game in which players build a community, train troops, and attack other players in order to earn resources. Clash of Clans is a multiplayer online game in which players build a community, train troops, and attack other players in order to earn resources. The game is developed and published by Supercell, and is available on iOS and Android devices. In Clash of Clans, players are tasked with building their own village, which can be done by placing buildings and collecting resources. Buildings can be upgraded to provide more resources and defensive capabilities, and players can train troops to attack other villages and earn resources. The game is heavily reliant on strategy, and players must carefully plan their village layout and troop deployments in order to be successful. Clash of Clans has been praised for its addictive gameplay and strategic depth, and has been a huge success for Supercell. The game is free to play, but offers in-app purchases for players who want to accelerate their progress. Clash of Clans is one of the most popular mobile games in the world, and has been downloaded millions of times. 1. Clash of Clans is a free online game. Is a strategy game where players can build their own village and train their own troops. Players can also join clans, which are groups of players that work together to help each other out. Clash of Clans is a free online game that has players building their own village and training their own troops. The game is set in a medieval time period and has players fighting against other players or computer opponents. The game is popular because it is easy to learn and has a lot of replay value. There are many different strategies that players can use to win, and the game is always changing as new updates are released. Clash of Clans is a great game for people of all ages and is a lot of fun to play. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.